All right, how's it going, everybody? Michael Lamar here from Wallstreet.io, the #1 backtesting platform for swing traders. And I've got a quick update for you on Apple. It's nice to see the stock starting to break out a little bit. We had one little blip down with this gap down. Otherwise, it's been onward and upwards. We've had a pretty good move so far this July. And as you know, I've been saying that July normally is a pretty good month out of the year. Let's go ahead and just take a look to see what that looks like right now. I'm going to jump over to seasonality and actually start here. I'm going to use the seasonality tool that we built for our community here at Wallstreet.io, and you can see over the last 10 years, July is actually the most bullish month of the year, which happens right after June, which is also a bad month of the year. We knew that headed into June, and we did get a big pullback in June this year. So far, July is pretty good. Over the last 5 years, you can see July is also pretty good. Not as good as May and October, but July and August are normally pretty good, again followed by a really bad June. Now, one thing that's interesting is this line here. We built this line here to represent this year of trading. We're about halfway through the year. And what I want you to highlight here when you look at this is how closely the normal seasonality has been following Apple stock. We got 5 out of 6 months that it's followed it. The only month it didn't is March. We went down in March. Generally, we have a slight uptick in March. But January, we went down. February, we went up. April, we went down. May, we went up a lot. And June, we went down. So you could see the normal month-over-month seasonality is batting about 80% right now, which is pretty darn good. And I would actually consider July to be a win for us as well. When you take a look at the monthly chart, bada beam, bada boom, you can see that we are already up a pretty good amount. We closed June at 185.11 and we're currently trading at 191.33. So we're over $5 up this month for July already, right? And normally, again, July is a pretty good month of the year. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the current stock right now. We had a really strong Thursday. Mediumly strong Friday. We still closed in the green. We still closed with a new daily high. And I'm going to go ahead and say that if we can hold above 190, which is right here, if we can hold above 190, I think the bias is sideways to up. Small resistance at 192.5, but overall, I think if we can hold above 190, we're going to new all-time highs, 194 to 195. If we can't hold above 190, I'd be afraid that we are going to come back here to 187. Okay. Now, let's take a quick look at the payday cycle. You can see that we're currently 2 days up in a payday cycle right now. Again, a small blip there on Wednesday, but overall sideways to up here for the stock. One other thing I want to highlight is the MACD. When we put the MACD up just over the last, let's say, 3 years, we're going to go ahead and back test this. Over the last 3 years, this has been by itself a pretty incredible strategy. You could see each one of these green bubbles here represents a pretty big win. The red bubbles represent the loss, but you can see relative they're pretty small, right? $7 win, $17 win, $11 win, $1.44 loss, $15 win. You can see it's pretty good. In the last 3 years, I'm going to highlight the results for you. And remember, Wallstreet.io is the only platform here where you could load up an indicator and at the same time actually see how well it's performed. So what we did on Wallstreet.io is we built a tool called Smart Studies. So when you load up an indicator, we show you how well it performs. Okay. So for the last 3 years, for the MACD, 13 and 9 for batting average. Average win is over 7. Average loss is under 4. And these tend to last about a month. Okay. So right now you can see how long are we into this current MACD crossing. We're currently in it about 4 trading days. So we probably have about 2 or 3 weeks at least of the MACD being bullish. Now, while the MACD is bullish, these bullish payday cycles, right, which are these 4 to 8 day trends using the Heikin-Ashi chart, these bullish payday cycles tend to be longer in length. Instead of lasting 3 or 4 days, they tend to last 4 to 8 days and sometimes even a little bit longer. So as long as the MACD is bullish and crossed the bulls and trending up, I think the bias in the payday cycles is sideways to up. Now, we still need to qualify for my 3-point metric system for momentum, which is making a new daily high, making a higher daily low, and closing at a new daily high, which we barely did on Friday. But as long as those metrics are true and the MACD is bullish and crossed the bulls, I think we're going higher. The over-under area, again, to watch is $190. As long as we stay above that, I think we're also sideways up. Now, longer term, you can see that we do have a pretty interesting trend that we're basically riding. Actually, I'm gonna redraw that here. You can see we have a pretty good trend that we're riding right across there. Right, we've got a nice little resistance point that you can see across there. Now, again, that's why I think as long as we can hold 190, I think the bias is sideways up. Potentially, maybe even up to 200 by, let's say, the end of August. Now, we also have earnings coming up at the end of July, so that is something to be cautious for. Okay, so I'm going to keep this video today short and sweet. Today actually is my birthday, so yes, I am working for you on my birthday. I turned 35 today, which is pretty exciting. I also wanted to let you know that Cody Willard did a great job in our webinar. I'm going to send the link out to everybody if you haven't got the replay already. And the special coupon for Cody expires at midnight tonight. So I'll post a link to that replay at the bottom of this video as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and highlight for me any big takeaways from this morning's video. I also want to highlight if you're trading Apple to the upside, post in the comments and let me know how you're doing and what kind of trade you're doing right now for a July bullish trade. I know a lot of people have been emailing me and they've been letting me know that they started getting long Apple at the end of June, early July, as we had forecasted here in these videos that we were going to have a down month in June, and at the end of June was going to be an opportunity to get in. So let me know in the comments right below how you're trading Apple right now, how much money you've made if you want to. Would love to see it, and any big aha moments from today's video. This is Michael Lamar. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'll see you on the inside.